Hey everybody, welcome back. Another Marvel Strike Force video, T4 recommendations from Punk, Yeti, and myself. And if you'd like to discuss them, we've got all the links to our Discord in the description below. Come argue with us, come tell us how you like them, come tell us how you hate it, come tell us how we miss them. Whatever you choose, all down there if you want to discuss them. This time, Supernatural. This is a throwback. We're doing some catch up for some stuff that we had not been collabing, or that for the characters that came out when we weren't necessarily collaborating. And we want to make sure to get this information to you guys. So as we kind of have time, we go back and pick up some of these teams. This time we've got Supernatural. So let us know what your thoughts are. We'll go through the infographic and go through Yeti and I's comments. All right, so let's check it out.
Bring me WolverThor!
So I always like to give love to Punk and his infographics, and you will see here a shout out to, what show is this, Stranger Things? No. The Punk came up with this himself, but it's very Supernatural-like. So, loving this. Check out the thumbnail. We did a little bit upside down there. So yeah, you know, Punk always does great work on these. We'll go through the infographic, or you can see all the infographic stuff here, and the infographics on our Discord. I'll go through each ability as Yeti and I ranked it, because what happens is we combine our rankings to get to this final version. But if you want to hear exactly how we got there and what our thoughts are, you're going to see it on the next page, because this one in particular, we had a lot of stuff that was pretty different. So, you know, things kind of fell into some funky areas potentially for some. But that's the point of these infographics, to give Yeti's version of it and my version of it, and then come up with a collaboration at the end. So let's go check out those details. All right, we're starting at the bottom of the list, and there are some terrible abilities in this group. Some stuff that you do not want to touch. At the bottom of the list, and the truth is regardless of where Yeti and I have them, all of these, they all stink, okay? So the one I've got at the bottom is Scarlet Witch Basic. It's 20% piercing. It's terrible. Yeti's got Mordo's Basic. His comment here is 2 random negative effects is not worth the T4 investment. I've got at 19, Doctor Strange's Basic, 20% piercing increase, offense down chance from 1 turn to 1 to 2 turns. You're not even guaranteed the second turn. You also got, Yeti's also got Doctor Strange's Basic in the same 19 spot. The increase of 20% piercing damage is okay, but the offense down is pitiful. This should be 2 turns for the T4 cost. I agree. In my mind, it should be 2 to 3. Scarlet Witch passive, we both got at 18. On turn, it's an additional 10% chance to spread a negative effect from one enemy to one adjacent. You've still only got 0.5% chance to spread 1 extra debuff. With the way this game is right now, that's nothing. Yeti's comment, from 40 to 50% chance to spread negative effects. You will have much better options for your T4s on this team. I've got the Mordo Basic at 17. Same comment Yeti made before. It's guaranteed to 2 negative effects, and they're random. Terrible. Do not upgrade that. Scarlet Witch Basic is what Yeti has at 17. This is really bad. You will not want to upgrade this. Save your T4s. At 19, this is one that we have slightly different. I've got Mordo's Alt. Its damage increase is a 211 rank damage. This is what I've put as a nothing else to use him on. It's a pure damage increase. He does use this ability first turn. With his energy generation, it could be higher, but I just didn't love the damage on it. Yeti's got Elsa Bloodstone's Basic 16. His comment is the 10% increase is rather low, but the multiple hits really stack up, especially against protector trait enemies. I've got Elsa's Basic just 1 spot above that one, so I agree with them. It's a pretty bad upgrade. He's got Elsa Bloodstone's passive at 15. His comment here is on team or enemy miss, the increase of 50% damage is great, but you cannot count on this in most fights. The same can be said about the enemy dodge attack. 10% accuracy feels like a waste. And I've got Elsa's passive just 1 spot above. I've got T4s to spare. Well, that's the category I have it on, and it's the same thing. And you know, I list what it does here, and it's terrible. It's kind of like, okay, like, what's the chance of this happening? At 14, Yeti's got Elsa Bloodstone Special. His comment here is an increase of 60% on the primary and then 60% against the most injured. This is a good upgrade. It almost always puts someone down. Agreed, it's a pretty nice upgrade there. At 13, and this is another one that we've got very different, is Doctor Strange's Special. It's a guarantee up from up 10%. So instead of 90% chance to flip negative buffs, it's guaranteed flip all negative buffs on all enemies. I had this lower because it's already 90%, and if not flipped, then it clears the buffs. The guarantee is nice though. So that was where I fell on this one, where it was kind of like my thought was, I'm already got 90%. Even if I don't flip it, it clears it. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna rank this one high. We'll get to Yeti's comment in a minute. Ghost Rider Basic is what Yeti's got at number 13. This upgrade costs 50%, grants 50% more damage. Not much to write home about. I tend to agree with that. At number 12, I've got Mordo's Special, another one that we differ on a little bit here, and we'll see where he ranks his in a second. Guaranteed stun up from 50% to primary. It originally was either stun or blind prior to that. So it was a 50% chance to stun, and if you didn't stun, you blind, unless it's resist, of course. I originally liked the blind more for tunes to waste an ability type as opposed to delaying it. If you value stun more, then this goes way up. And what I used to like about this is I wanted to get the blind on someone like Punisher, and so that way he would just use his ultimate and it would go nowhere. So it's like, yeah, I wasted the ultimate. But again, stuns are very powerful. Scarlet Witch Ultimate is what Yeti has at number 12, and that's another one I've got different, which I'll talk about in a second. And his comment here is the 15% increased piercing damage with Scarlet Witch as a high base damage would be very nice, but the real winner on this ability is always applying defense down to your opponents. At 11, Ghost Rider Basic, which is ranked 69 in the game as far as damage increase. I've got, just a pure damage increase. So that Ghost Rider Basic, a little bit higher than where Yeti had it, not terrible. So at 11, this is where Yeti's got Mordo's Ultimate. So you can see, I had it way down at 16 in the green. He's got it up here in 11 in orange. So that is one of our big differences. His comment is the 30% increased damage is great when it hits a full team, especially if there are summons on board. At number 10, I've got Ghost Rider Special, as does Yeti, so we're in agreement there. The damage increase is 162. It's just one more turn for the 2%. It's one more turn for the bleeds on the primary target, and then the damage increase. Yeti's comment is the increased 30% damage for primary and secondary targets is nice. The 2 turns of bleed for the primary target is a really nice though. So Scarlet Witch Ult, I've got higher, maybe not that much higher than Yeti, so it's not that much of a difference. My comment is about, it's the 15% piercing to all, but I was really about the 50% chance to guarantee to apply defense down to all enemies when this character has 4+ supernatural allies. I originally had this actually much higher, but I dropped it because you need all 4 supernatural allies on the board at the same time. It's not when you spawn. So if one person dies, which tends to happen a lot, you won't be able to do the guaranteed defense down, which kind of stinks. I wish that was really on spawn. At number 9, this was the different, one of the other ones that we had different. You can see the Doctor Strange Special. I had it down at 13 in yellow. Yeti's got it at 9 orange. His comment here is he values the 10% increase for flipping all positive effects to negative effects more than WolverThor, myself, simply because he needs to plan on abilities like this working in his favor. Outside of resists and other RNG, he doesn't like removing the positive effects at all. He wants it flipped in his favor. And I can't disagree with that aspect of it. It's just how we look at things slightly different. I don't think either's necessarily wrong. It depends how you want to look at it. So those two, that's one of the reasons why it kind of falls in the middle there. So for some of you, it might be ranked lower than what you thought, and some of you, it might be ranked higher. Or some others, you might have it right where you want. And that's the point of these kind of collaboration T4s. It's really nice to how the see how those shake out. This is one of our bigger difference ones. It's kind of fun to go through. So at number 8, I had Elsa's Special, much higher than where Yeti had it. He had it down at 14 in yellow. It's ranked damage 44. It's a pure damage increase. You potentially have offense up on this as well if the energy goes right. And I love that. It could really, really nuke somebody given that high of a damage increase. At number 8, Yeti's got Elsa Bloodstone's Ultimate. His comment here is, since this is an early attack in the fight, this will do a lot of damage. If you have 5 red stars or higher, you will need this upgrade. And I totally agree. If your Elsa is strong, this thing's in a nuke. I've got it at number 7 as an essential because of the damage rank as number 20. And it's a 30% increase plus 10% damage per supernatural ally, which gets you a lot of extra damage. At number 7, Yeti's got Doctor Strange's passive. The additional 10% increased speed bar for the lowest ally is really nice, but the team gaining deflect is really another critical piece to the puzzle of this team. At number 6, we both have Scarlet Witch's special considered essential. It's an additional 50% chance to apply defense up to all your allies when you use this. Yeti's comment here is ensuring that your allies always have defense up with his ability is one of the abilities that transforms this team. Coming in at number 5, Ghost Rider's Ultimate. It's an additional 70% piercing. I'm just like looking for more heals. That's what I'm saying about this. But you gotta use it right. Yeti's comment here is the 70% increased damage directly translates to a lot of extra healing if Ghost Rider has a charge on ally death. And this thing can be brutal if used properly. I've got Doctor Strange's passive at number 4, a few spots up higher than Yeti. I really value this passive a lot. The 10% chance to feel the speed bar, okay, cool. But when a positive effect applied to an enemy, you gain 1 deflect up to a max 5. That's what I love those deflects, because if you can keep Doctor Strange alive, you're winning a lot of these fights. So those deflects keep him going. Okay, so we mentioned the Mortal Special, right? So he's got Mortal Special at 4. You saw I had it way down here at 12 in orange. So this is a dramatic difference here. His comment is, Yeti values stun over blind for its ability to hinder the enemy target energy generation, especially when prolonged by Scarlet Witch Ultimate. This is important enough of an upgrade that I would consider it essential for the team going after as Guardians or Mercenaries. So if you are using this team after those, if you're using Supernatural after those type of teams, maybe you do have this ranked a lot higher. I will admit, I'm not using this team against either of those, and you know what, maybe I should. Coming in at number 3, we both have Mortal Passive. On death of a character, you're now including the heal for a supernatural ally, which is fantastic. Yeti's comment here is granting this much energy to teammates upon enemy death is really how the team keeps itself engaged, but able to claw back from being at a disadvantage. And that point, by the way, is huge with this team. This team gets close to the brink of losing and then comes back almost every single time. It's great. Yeti's final comment here on this one is, on top of that, it heals the most injured teammate for 10% max health of any death on the field, 15% if that character is a mystic trait. Very strong. So coming in at number 2, I've got Ghost Rider's passive. It's ranked 9th in the game for damage. It's 100% more damage to hit on an enemy who kills an ally. 1 more energy to get to himself for 3 instead of 2, and the 20% more HP to self and supernatural. At number 2 for Yeti, he's got Doctor Strange Ultimate. Simply put, you need this ability. Not only will it revive 2 people on the supernatural team, but it will heal them for 8,000 plus 10% of Doctor Strange's max health. Yes, you need this one. And I agree, I actually have that one as the most important one. For my purposes, I think this ability makes the team go round. Bringing back that second supernatural if they're down is huge. I love it, I love it, I love it. Put T4s into this. And Yeti's got Ghost Rider's passive as his number 1. Once a non-summon ally dies, Ghost Rider gains 3 ability energy. The increase from 400 to 500 damage is very noticeable, but also the total increase of 40% max health for all supernatural. So that's our full list. You can see we had a number of differences. The graphic ended up playing out how it played out, so you can see like kind of how some of those landed, where, you know, Mordo Special's here. Doctor Strange Ultimate was that's one of those things we worked through where we end up placing it on the graphic. But that's how we get to this. So we hope these things are helping you guys put your teams together, maybe thinking about where you want to put those T4s, where you want to position them when you're using them in fights. We try to think about why you'd want each of them in a certain position. You know, in this one, you know, it might not matter as much. I like Doctor Strange on an end, so because you want him alive. Mordo, you know, he's, I don't know, you know, and it's kind of like Elsa, okay. You know, this team, you know, Scarlet Witch is maybe a little bit weaker, less buffy. That's really it. The other 3 you could probably put wherever. I like the other 2 on the end to keep them alive. So, like I said, Discord, we got links in the description below. Come chat with us. Tell us what we got right, wrong, or just tell us whatever you want. So we love chatting with you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Hammer down on that like button, notification bell, all that good fun stuff. So, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.